This morning, we're talking to travel expert Adam Duckworth, who's going to give us some tips on how to avoid those booking headaches. Adam, good morning.
Hey, Steve, good morning. Thanks so much for having me on.
Absolutely. Well, listen, first of all, I'm going to guess from your amazing artwork behind you that somehow Disney's going to work its way into this equation. But tell me, where are some of the hot spots for travel this holiday season?
Oh, I love all the hot spots that are happening. Disney will work its way into this equation. So, Steve, some of the hot spots are the Caribbean, Mexico, and as always, the Disney theme parks are the most magical place to go during the holiday season. If you've never been there, put that on your list. It is a magical destination for the holidays.
So here's my question. When it comes to travel, and if you're trying to book your travel at some point before the holidays, because we're running out of time, those places that are so popular, are they also more expensive? Or I guess the question is, should we go there for the holidays or maybe save that for another trip?
So you're definitely going to see an inflated price for the holiday season, no doubt. It's a peak time of year. When you go and a lot of other people are traveling, it's going to be more expensive. If you have the flexibility in your schedule and you have the opportunity to travel throughout different times of the year, I would definitely recommend that from a cost standpoint. However, we know with kids in school and a limited amount of travel time that we can only get certain places at certain times. The key to this is to actually book as early as possible. That relates to airfare, that relates to resorts, that relates to destinations in Europe and different countries. You want to get out ahead of it and book as early as possible.
We saw such a huge summer travel rush, and those prices were inflated, especially for people trying to go to Europe. Very, very crowded, and the demand was there. How are we looking now for the holidays, which are only a couple of months away? Is the demand still strong? Can we find some bargains in there?
The demand is stronger than ever. We're actually seeing, reports are telling us that we're seeing flight prices alone trend about 12% higher year over year. Now, airlines sell fares based on how many seats are available on a certain flight and certain fare classes in the plane. So again, if you want to pick up the dollars, you want to try to get ahead of your travel as much as possible in terms of time. Even though we know that's not always possible, we are seeing an inflated cost year over year by about 12%.
You know, it's good that you mentioned that, and that is good advice, I think, for people too, because if the planes are full of people going to the popular destinations, then you probably are going to end up paying more. Can we still save money by booking like today, or are there certain days or weeks that we should book this travel?
So that's an interesting question because we hear this a lot in our industry. The certain day and time is kind of a little bit of a myth. One of my tips is to set flight alerts on sites like Google Flights or Kayak so that you can put in your dates of travel and times you want to travel. And then when the price decreases, you'll get an alert that that price has gone down. I recommend booking as soon as possible. Steve, here's another little tip for maybe picking up a few bucks around the holiday. Travel on the actual holiday. If your schedule's flexible, I actually traveled on Christmas Day a number of years ago. If your schedule's flexible and you can do it, then you might want to pick up some time. You might have a little bit of an emptier flight, and you'll definitely pick up dollars by traveling on the holiday itself. One day to avoid, though, by the way, the Sunday after Thanksgiving. It is the one of, if not the busiest travel days of the year, specifically for airlines.
Yeah, and then you got to deal with possible delays on top of paying the premium ticket. I do want to ask you real quick, and I agree with you. If you can travel on the holiday, that's great. You could save some money. If you can't, how far ahead of, say, Christmas or Thanksgiving can you go and find that savings? You want to go like 2 days before, a week before?
I would say recommending about 4 to 5 days in advance of the holiday, you're going to pick up some dollars. About 72 hours in advance of the holiday itself, you're going to see the fare price start to tick up. If you have a flexible schedule, maybe a lot of people are working from home in this post-pandemic world, even though I know a lot of people are back in the office, you could, if you have a flexible schedule and could pick up a couple of days in terms of your travel, it would pick up a couple of dollars in your wallet as well.
And that's what we want. Adam, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Some great tips there. Adam Duckworth joining us from Travelmation.net, Travelmation with an M. Thank you, Adam. Good to talk to you this morning. Safe travels for you as well.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate you.